Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and here we are, live Wellness Wednesday. This is my last Wellness Wednesday of 2025. Thank you, Rosanna.
Thank you.
A special finale. And it's an honor to have my beautiful friend, Rosanna, who's sitting beside me. She's been a friend of mine for 16 years. And my daughter, Michaela, and her daughter, Sophia, went to Montessori together.
That's right.
Fate had it because I was in a different district than I am now, and so were you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess, what was it, Rosanna? We just looked at each other and we were like, I like you.
Yeah. We just clicked right away.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah.
And so, at the time, Anthony was in a stroller. You did not have Stella yet.
No, I didn't.
And so we did a lot of walks, keeping Anthony to sleep.
Walks. Yeah.
Yeah,
with the couple of hours of the school. So,
yeah, and then we went for coffee, and from our time together quickly, I learned what Rosanna's story was. And I also want to say that when I met Rosanna, there was this beautiful welcoming light, and there was also something, I knew there was something deeper, and it was fairly new. Her experience was fairly new. So she opened her heart to me, and I definitely stayed.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I stayed not because of her story, because Rosanna is an exceptional human being. For anyone who meets Rosanna, you are an inspiration, you are compassionate, you're humble, and you are a sense of courage.
Thank
you. Excuse me. Okay, so welcome, Rosanna.
Thank you, Natasha. That was beautiful. Thank you. I want to start off by saying thank you for giving me this time. I think that talking about grief is really important. It's not done enough, and there's a lot of people out there feeling grief. I mean, it's a natural thing, and I don't know why, it's not discussed more often. I guess it's just because it hurts and it's hard, but we should be, because everyone's gonna feel it.
Everyone is going to experience it in some way or another.
Exactly.
Not to your capacity, perhaps.
No, however, it's, I mean, this time of the year especially, Christmas, we've all got, we've got all the celebrations, parties, and, it's the overwhelming of Christmas, walking into stores and seeing it all, and not everybody is feeling that joy. But we've got our parties, celebrations, we have to, maybe fake being happy, put on a smile, even if we're not feeling it, and going to family events where maybe not all the family members are there. They're missing. It could be that they haven't been there for many years and we're just used to that, or it's new. It's the first Christmas that they're gone, and so there's just that sadness, but yet we all have to feel happy. It's Christmas. So on that note, going into my story, it was December 24th.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course.
This is live, and this is something that Rosanna and I have shared along the way for 16 years. And she said, I don't want to screw up. And I said, there's nothing to screw up, Rosanna.
I know, it's just...
So this is very raw and real, and Rosanna's sharing this because she's ready to share it. She's always wanted to share it. But I'm going on 20 years?
It's going to be 17.
Okay.
Since the accident.
Correct. Okay.
Lucia would be 21 right now.
I got it. Okay. So, everyone is ready or not when they are, and Rosanna's here to share this to support and help anyone else who might be going through loss of a child or an unexpected trauma of loss of a family member. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So December 24th, 2008. If many of you might recall, if you're from Vancouver, first of all, we don't get a lot of snow here in Vancouver, so the years that we've had heavy, heavy snowfalls are kind of marked in our memories. And 2008 was one of those years. So I am ready to do this. So 2008 was one of those years, and December 24th, so Christmas Eve, we woke up and beautiful snow. We're going to take the girls out, and Sophia at the time was under 2 years. They're both born in February, so two months short of being 2 years, and Lucia, of course, was 4, so 2 months short of being 5. And we were excited, went outside. We lived at the time in a gated townhome complex. And the way the townhomes were kind of situated in a circle, and in the center of the circle was a gazebo. It kind of was up on a bit of a hill. And the backyards, it was grassed area, and the backyards, this gazebo would kind of flow down to the backyards of a lot of the townhomes. So the road, of course, of the townhome went all the way around, and kids, there was lots of neighborhood kids all playing out there, and of course we went straight to this area, and you know, everyone's sliding on their sleds down the backyards of these homes, and it's fun. We had just recently moved there. We had only been there 6 weeks, and so it was a good time to talk to the neighbors. And we had already been introduced to our direct neighbor beside us, a girl. She had introduced herself quickly. She saw that we had 2 girls and wanted to babysit. She said she's taken the course, and so right away I was, wow, how convenient, she's right beside us. First I wanted her to, you know, get to know the girls, and I thought this is a great opportunity. She was out there, she's playing. After a few hours, or however it was almost lunchtime, it's time to go in, and I asked this girl to come in and have lunch with us. And so we did. We all went in, we made lunch, ate, and it was ready to put my younger one, Sophia, down for a nap, which I did. And then the girls wanted to go back outside. Now, Len, my husband, had just recently left. He was going to be out just for a quick half hour, last minute shopping. And Sophia was in her nap. The girls wanted to go outside. I said, why don't we wait until your dad gets back home? And of course they, want to go outside. And I said, well, you know, I'm not sure. Danica, I said, why don't you go outside and I'll get Lucia ready, and she'll meet you out in a little while. So of course she left, and we, you know, started. I was kind of trying to buy time. I wanted Len to be there, but she was looking out the front window, and you can see the gazebo, and so I got her ready slowly. And then I walked her out, and you know, you walk down a little bit, there's a set of steps that you have to climb. Of course, there's snow all the way up them, and took her up there, and there was Danica, and she right away just ran off as soon as she saw her, and I'm like, okay, and I stood there for a minute watching, and then I turned, and I thought I better go back inside where Sophia is, and we, right then, Len came in, and he's, where's Lucia? Oh, she's out on, you know, playing. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go and change and go out there. And so we went inside. I started to do laundry. I was filling I was filling the washer. He sat and watched her out the front window. She was running around. She dropped to the ground and she was doing a snow angel. So he decided, okay, I better get upstairs, get ready, and run out there. And while he was doing that, don't know how many minutes it was, but the door flew open, and it was this girl, and she screamed that she has been hit by a car. So I don't want to get into what happened after that, because I don't need to go into those details right now. But I do want to talk about the aftermath, the grief, and how we survived. So,
Thank you, Rosanna.
okay.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
it took me a little longer, but
No. Thank you very much.
okay.
Hard to.
Yeah, I've gone over it in my head a million times. Of course, it seems like a million times since then, but a lot harder when you're speaking
But
it.
this is a reminder, this is Rosanna's December 24th now. It wasn't your Christmas Eve prior to this. This is
No.
your Christmas Eve now.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
And it's mine too. I mean, I think about it every Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
right? And it's so,
Sorry about that.
no, there's nothing to be sorry about. So Rosanna, you had to process and you had to move forward for Sophia.
Yes.
So when you and I chatted this week, you talked about Sophia being your strength. Sophia is Rosanna's
She
second
is.
child.
She is, you know, we went through the process of the shock of all of it, disbelief. It was so much at the time and the chaos of it. But, you know, there was Sophia. She was just innocent, taking a nap while this all went on. And she had a sister who lovingly played with her, read to her, did everything with her. And all of a sudden she woke up and she's gone. It's just her.
So this is the aspect of a sibling as well.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And it was, you know, she doesn't really know what's happening.
No.
But it was me. It was my grief, but it was also feeling the grief that she would have, because there's no sister anymore that did all this loving stuff. So I knew, oh gosh, for the rest of her life, she had a sister, but now she doesn't. And so that was all part of it, the overwhelming of all of it that I was carrying and was hitting me. I mean, we would get through, at first we would just get through the days. It was just getting through the days as best we could. And the evening would just be stay awake until you just fall asleep. And then, however many hours you were able to sleep, as soon as you woke up, it was just, you went back into the whole, it was like you woke up and the first thought, you just kind of go, there it is,
There it is again.
It's not a nightmare. You're reliving it again, and it would just be day after day after day of doing this. And within that time, and we had my in-laws come, and they spent the first 2 weeks with us, and my mom was coming around. Of course, my mom was there for me a lot, and she said, you know, it's great that they're here, you know, to help you with Sophia.
Your
but
in-laws, you mean?
my in-laws.
Yeah.
But my mom said to me, I know this is difficult. I want you to wake up every day and do what Sophia needs.
Rosanna's mother was a rock.
Yeah, she really was.
She was a rock. and not in a harsh, aggressive way. She just
No, it was old school for sure.
yeah, for sure.
But it really, I followed it. She said, you get up and you do the basic, Sophia needs basic needs. You feed her, you make sure she's dressed and she's ready for the day, and then all her meals, you make sure you're doing it. Your mother-in-law is there to help, but you are doing it.
It's awesome.
And so it was like she knew she just wanted me to get into that routine and focus on Sophia. And then that would help. And it really did, because it came to a point where, oh gosh, I was so overwhelmed with everything. And here there is this Sophia that needs me. I wanted so desperately to be with Lucia. I prayed that I could be. But I had to choose. She needed me, and I realized one day I just had this moment where I can't keep going on like this and pretty much ignoring this one. Lucia doesn't need me anymore. I'm still her mother, but she's where she is, she doesn't need me, but this one does. And I looked at her and I said, this is how I'm gonna do it. I focus on her. And this is going to carry me through all these days, this never-ending pain. And so slowly, I did that. I did that, and it got me through all the days. I started playing with her more instead of just laying beside her while she danced around me.
Yeah.
I would, by this point, from December, by this point it's spring, it's summer, it's nicer outside, so we're going outside. I'm taking her to the park. But that's when we get into sort of the next sort of stage where now I'm out and I'm talking to people.
Yeah, and I actually saw that progression in you. Maybe like the first winter, you really didn't like winter.
No.
I remember that.
We left, we went to Arizona. Yeah.
And then I started slowly seeing that you would share photos of a Christmas tree.
4 years,
so
it took us to do a Christmas tree.
Yeah, however long it takes you.
Yeah.
So you said to me, and I have it in our share, that you do get through. It takes your own time.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. It gets lighter.
Yeah.
I think we get used to it. You get used to the feeling. The other thing is the pain in your heart really does break. A lot of times you're heartbroken, you're sad, of course, but the feeling that Len and I talked about it with each other, we had this heavy feeling in our chest, and it's a broken heart.
It is a broken heart.
And it went for, years.
That's what a broken heart feels like.
Yes. And after a while, it lifts. You can feel it lifting, as long as you keep living and moving forward. You don't want to always get caught into the sadness of it. You can't, or else you're not living.
So this is the other aspect that Rosanna mentioned to me. We have choices. Life is all about choices.
Yes.
And at one point, she was hoping she'd be taken away.
Oh yeah, it's begging.
Yeah, and I can imagine most of us would feel the same way. But then you have to make a choice. And all of these years that I've known Rosanna, she has made healthy choices to get through this. She has not taken drugs.
Well, in the beginning.
Yeah, but that was medication.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
what the doctors prescribed you right away to get through, and I was thankful for that.
Of course. But she didn't depend on them.
No, I could have gone through the rest of my life.
She's not a heavy drinker.
No. No, in fact, I was nervous to drink. It took me a long time to have just even a glass of wine, because I know that the alcohol will, you know, will make you feel
Suppress the
stuff.
feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go there
Mhm.
uncontrollably.
Mhm.
I need to control it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And that was a choice.
And that was,
That
a
was a
choice.
choice.
Yeah, and so it took me a bit, but yeah, we were able to start drinking wine again.
And I also want to say, you know, Rosanna, your natural nature is to be with people and to socialize. She's a fun person.
Yeah.
And so
I like to be.
you are a fun person. And so that was a choice also for you to say, hey, I'd love to go for a walk with you. Let's have coffee. You know, all of those years that we were social with each other and
Yeah.
not always talking about your story.
No.
No. And I made sure of that too as a friend.
yeah.
I was there to listen and absorb, but it was also my responsibility to help Rosanna get through the present, the day
Yeah.
of today.
And that's what I appreciate. I appreciate just getting through the hours
Yeah.
and spending it with, you know, doing other things, not always in my own thoughts.
No.
I was always in my own mind, in my own head. It's hard to get away from that. So you need distractions as much as you can.
And
Good distractions.
yeah, and that's where, you know, we talked about the support groups, Rosanna. Did they help you or not? Because the people who are on the outside, like my situation,
Yeah.
how are we helping you? So,
Well, first of all, support right away came from my family, my friends, my very, very, very close friend at the time, and still is. Love you, Ricky Lynn. She was there. She had just had her daughter. It was her birthday yesterday. Yesterday,
Yeah.
so on the 16th, she was born. She was just born. I had bought a little gift for her, and it was hanging in our room. And Lucia had asked me many times, "Are we going to go visit and meet Olivia and give her gift?" And because of all the snow we were having, that didn't happen. And so anyway, Olivia turned 17 yesterday, and she, even with a newborn, she called me. I don't think she missed a day for so long. She called me every day to the point where I was looking forward to that phone call. It gave me something to get to. And
Ricky
she
Lynn's
would
a
just
beautiful person.
she would just call and listen.
Mhm.
And that's
That's
what I
what
need. Is
it
when
is.
you just need people to just say, "Hey, you know, are you okay?" And then you can just kind of talk.
It brings me to this thought, you know, this sense of judgment and lack of compassion. You don't know what people are going through in
No.
a grocery store or at the mall. I remember you used to say to me, you used to walk around the mall and see all these happy people, and you used to be like, why are they all so happy? You know,
Yeah, it was a jealousy.
yeah. But the least judgmental person and the least jealous person is this lady.
Well,
You have zero judgment and compassion or jealousy on anyone
No. I feel-
because and she feels other people's happiness and she's happy with you.
Yeah. Jealousy is a waste of time. It's why get caught up in that. It's there's no point to it. Everyone's just living their lives, and
Yeah.
we all come from different backgrounds. We just want friendship, and you know, and not to be caught up and worried about what somebody else is doing or
No,
what they get and this and that. It means nothing.
it really means
It
nothing.
means nothing. And before this, I mean, I like to think that, you know, I had compassion for people and empathy. But now it's so much more.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm at work and I'm not supposed to get into people's, you know, their reality and what
Yes,
they're going
yes.
through, and they come in and they start talking about their situation, and I spend hours with them just listening. And I know I'm supposed to get on to what I'm there for, but I can't help it. And I just try and help as much as I can.
Yeah. And you're such a
situation
beautiful
that-
listening ear as well.
It's needed.
And the
It's needed.
compassion
I'm happy
aspect.
to do it.
You're very compassionate, Rosanna, in not putting a label on things right away, you know?
Yeah.
And Rosanna said to me, I had happiness before, and then you said, I have happiness now in a different way.
Oh, definitely a different way. It felt like I could never be happy again. For a long time, I would just think about it and just say, well, no, because we still naturally we feel joy. We're always going
You're
to
allowed
feel
to feel
joy.
it.
Yes, I mean, especially with my other daughters, they're doing things that make me proud, and I smile and I laugh. And Sophia was a little comedian, and she was perfect. It was what I needed through all those years, because she would just say the craziest things and just make me laugh. And right away, I would feel this other, I'd laugh and then this sadness right away that, oh, I'm not seeing Lucia do this. I don't get to see where she's at now, and what age she would be, or what she would be doing.
And did that make you
the
feel
milestones.
guilty?
Of course, it would make me
Yeah.
feel guilty. Why am I laughing? But I realized, no, it's natural. We can
exactly.
still laugh and smile, no matter what situation happens to you, because that's just natural. But you just have to understand that, you have to learn to just, they're balanced now. You're gonna feel one, and there's the other one, and that's just the way it's
And
always
that's
gonna
okay.
be, and that's okay. That's
That's okay.
okay, because
Yeah.
I loved Lucia. I love her.
Yeah.
And the love that you feel, it doesn't go away just because they're not here.
It just grows stronger.
The grief is there because you loved so much.
Mhm.
And so that grief is okay with me. I'm happy to carry it
It
and
makes
to
you
move
loved
along.
fully.
Yeah, to move along my life with it. And that's just the way it
Beautiful.
is, and I'm okay. I'm okay.
Not everybody can hold it like that, Rosanna. Do you understand?
They can.
And yes, everyone can, but it's a choice.
It's just a choice. It's a choice. And there are lots of times where you feel like you can't, and you have to get up and you have to do something for yourself. You have to walk away from something and just pull it together, but you can, and then it gets easier.
So then we move into wellness.
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
made these choices, and
I did.
speak a little bit about your wellness.
So right away, we're given medication for it's mostly panic. You have to make all these decisions about the funeral when you still can't believe that they're gone. And we had a lot of help. My family was wonderful to help me with that, because I couldn't go out and do this myself. I couldn't even wrap my head around thinking about what you have to do to prepare for that. So we were given Ativan, of course, and that took us through the funeral and everything, because there's no way I could have done it. There's no way I could have been as present as I was. After a while, I was given clonazepam, which is another drug that calms the central nervous system and just helps you just feel relaxed. And that one I could stay on longer. Now, after a while of being on it and knowing I'm on it and not wanting to be on it, because I was never somebody that liked being on prescription drugs.
Right.
I would even limit Tylenol and all that through my life, but that came from my mother again. And so I wanted to get off of this. And again, that was in the decision I made that Sophia needs me. And so I managed to do that. And like I said, I was thankful to have that. But I could have gone on for the rest of my life taking this stuff. But with grief, when you do that, you're just avoiding it.
Yeah.
You're avoiding those feelings. And once you're off of it, it's just going to be there still. It's not going away. You're not managing it. You need to manage it. So you have to stare at it, and you have to go through it. You can't go around it. You can't run away from it. And so I did that. And I talked as much as I could to whoever would listen. So when I started going out and going to the park and the playground, I met different parents there, of course. Your kids start playing together and you naturally start talking to them, and then came the questions that is hard to avoid. Oh, is this your only daughter? And of course, right away I'm just like, no, of course I have a daughter. Oh, and of course more questions. How old is she? This and that. And right away it was like, well, she's in heaven. She's there. She's across. Now heaven to me is just paradise. It's a wonderful place. Whatever our beliefs are, it's a beautiful place to go to. Whether there's heaven, there's hell, I don't know for sure, but
she's in a beautiful
she's
place.
in a beautiful place. And I know that. I know that for sure. So the reaction I would get, of course, would just be, oh, and I would try and go on to something else, but you know, it would just be this awkward feeling. And not everybody, some people, of course, would just be, oh, what happened? And then I could talk to them about it a little bit. But most people, the majority of people would just, I could feel they would just figure out how to get away.
Out of it.
and then I'd feel bad.
I remember that.
I would feel bad. So then I started not saying anything, and I would just, oh, my daughters, especially after I had Stella.
Yeah.
Oh, this one and my other daughter. So I wasn't saying I didn't have Lucia. I was just not mentioning her. But they didn't know. They would just be like, oh, okay, you know, the way I would answer things. Because if I said I specifically only have two daughters, then I would leave feeling
You wouldn't
so
feel authentic
awful.
to you. Yeah.
Saying sorry
I get
to
that.
Lucia.
Yeah.
And so I needed to figure out that was a big challenge in meeting new people, because people who didn't know her, that was the biggest challenge.
Sure.
People who knew her, it was great.
Yeah.
It was all this, and as my life goes on, I'm meeting more and more people who don't know her. And so
the socializing helped to some degree.
yeah, and that was just a way I manage it.
Right.
and it's okay. You know, my work right now doesn't really involve, but at the time when I finally did go back to work, I was an esthetician, and so you're with clients for an hour and you're talking about different things, and of course it would come up.
Oh, yeah.
So
your personal stuff.
Exactly,
And then did you learn how to? Sorry, Rosanna. Did you learn how to filter it? Like you learned how to
Absolutely.
compartmentalize.
For sure, I learned, and that was part of just the managing it. Because, well, for work, I mean, I didn't want to ruin their experience,
Of
because
course.
they're there
They're
at the
getting
spa
a
relaxing.
facial.
They're getting away from their own issues in reality, and I'm not going to go into all of this.
No.
So for sure, and without feeling that inner guilt.
No, you learn how
of
to.
saying that I, denied having her, or
So that's all part of, I believe, the grief
yes,
and progressing through it.
yes,
And then you came to Pilates.
I
You
did.
came to Pilates. We walked a
Yes.
lot. And then
Yes, we were talking about wellness. I'm sorry,
no,
I got
that's
off
okay
on
because
something.
wellness is part of being social.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And then-
if you open yourself up spiritually, you will see signs from your loved ones.
I believe
I
it.
learned that it's very difficult to do, because you're so caught up in your own sadness, and you need to get out of that. You need to figure out to be lighter, and so you can, and I wanted that desperately, of
Yeah.
course. So there have been many signs. We know from Lucia, many, many signs, and one of them was to my husband, and it was walk and drink water.
Oh wow.
He got that early. It was walk, drink water. And
Atta girl.
that's what we started doing. And that would spend our days.
Fresher walks.
You get
and drink
outside
water.
and you're drinking water. And we're taking instructions from our 4-year-old now. so it's getting outside. I felt better being in nature, so much better. As we got into spring and summer, our backyard was very plain. We started planting a garden, and this was for Lucia. we're doing this for Lucia. Right from the get-go,
Gardening.
we started to garden, and we made this beautiful garden in the backyard where our girls, our Sophia would go
Yeah.
out and spend time. We were in that place for a year, a full
Wow.
year
Yeah,
after the accident,
right.
before we moved. And so, so that summer we dedicated this beautiful garden in the back, and I would go out there and just walk around and feel her there and spend a lot of time. So being outside, and then of course years later, Pilates.
Yeah, we started Pilates, and I remember saying to you, "Hey, I have a class, a gig going on."
Yeah, and I wanted it right away.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm doing this.
And I moved. This is where I was in a different district from where we met.
Yes,
And Rosetta had to drive away, like a ways to get to me.
that's
through
okay.
traffic.
Yeah.
But then she was committed,
Well worth it
very committed.
when I could.
Yeah.
When my job allowed me to.
So that helped. You were around women and moving your body. I saw a shift then, definitely,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
felt that too.
Especially with Pilates, it's the inner,
Yeah.
and
The
the
breathing.
meditation, the breathing. And so I actually did try some meditation. It was a good year and a half after, at least a year after it was through, when I finally got back to the spa and I was working, and I went to a meditation with some of the spa girls after work one day. And it was too soon.
Oh,
It was too soon.
yeah.
I got there, we got into the whole, and I went there and I just broke down and started
Yeah.
uncontrollably crying. And then, of course, one of the girls came and put her arm around me, and we got through the session and discussed it afterwards, and maybe it was just too soon for that. But when I started doing Pilates and the Sabbath stuff, and lying down, and you start taking us through, it was the right time,
And it
I
felt like a safer place, probably.
it really did, and I could feel that it was helping me.
Mhm.
It was helping me. They're learning to breathe in that way, and of course the exercise from it and that you get, it makes you stronger physically, which you need to be strong mentally and physically. It all goes hand in hand.
So then, that's also, we talk about wellness and it's such a broad statement, but not everything fits for everyone.
No.
You tried meditation and it was the wrong timing.
Yes.
And maybe the Pilates was a form of meditation without you realizing it. It is.
Yeah.
You were moving and breathing and not thinking about other things.
Exactly.
Except the present.
And then getting physically stronger,
Yeah.
which I did need.
Right. And you're a healthy eater too. Like these are all choices.
I try to be. You're a healthy eater. We all know this. I really
This
try.
isn't about me. This is about you.
I do focus and try to be.
Yeah. No, but you make very conscious decisions.
I do.
And again,
I do.
you
Yes.
you got the willpower.
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's all about the choice again.
the choice. Rosanna.
Sorry, I don't
Yeah,
mean to
say.
interrupt, but you did talk to me. You did ask me about groups and
Yeah.
anything that helped me. And initially, from Victim Services, we were given some recommendations. There's a group out there called Compassionate Friends, and you would not know about this group existing until you're going through the loss of a child. It is strictly just for losing a child, and so it's pretty much in every city, in every area where you live. Once you know of it, you basically once a month you meet one evening at a church or maybe a community hall or a school, whatever they can use. And again, I think it was too soon when we did it. It was basically you just sit around a circle and everyone goes through and talks about their story, which is really good to talk about, to get out, and you don't have to share, you can just listen. But I thought, is this what it happens every evening? You just can, because it's not organized where, okay, in this session we're going to do this, and you kind of keep progressing that way. It was just always get together and talk, but then you're just talking about the situation. So you're rehashing
you
just
it every
keep
time.
going over and over, and you're stuck. You know, what about moving out of it? And so, yes, it's good initially when you're ready to do it, of course. But I also left thinking, I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be part of all that. That's too much.
You. That'd be too heavy to drag with you. And that's your choice again. Like, Rosanna's a very positive person. You seek positivity.
Yeah.
So that would feel like this is weighing me down.
Yes.
Right?
It didn't help. And of course, I would be new to all of it. I just thought, well, maybe we're just not ready. But I look at it now and I think, no, you know, it was never really, we didn't go back to it. But we did find a counselor. We went to a marriage counselor.
Oh.
Yeah, and marriage counselors are good because between a couple, they say, you know, 95%, right away he opened with, you know, 90-something% of married couples who lose a child don't last.
Wow.
So it's good to do a marriage counseling, but he also, of course, his practice was on grief as well. So he could talk to us both and then kind of bring us together because we're grieving differently.
Absolutely.
And at first you know each other, you understand each other and what you're going through, but you're focusing on it differently. And that's where you can kind of start to maybe not agree on things.
For sure.
Depending, So it was really good to do that.
Smart
really good to do that,
Your mom.
My mom, my beautiful mom. Yesterday, 6 years. So 11 years after Lucia passed away with a car hitting her, the exact same thing happened to my mom. She was walking down to get her mail and crossing the street. She had the right of way. A truck just came up out of nowhere and just hit her and ran right over her, and she was killed instantly. My mom. My mom, being the strong woman that she is, in her 70s, she fought and beat breast cancer. And she had been breast cancer free for a couple of years. They lived on property, 2.5 acres, where my parents, being Italian, they loved their land and their gardens, and she had, you know, she managed the whole garden. Being that age, I often was just inspired by her strength and endurance. My dad, he had, of course, physical ailments, and she took care of him. And then just like that, she was gone. Just walking down to get the mail. And
your mom was your rock through your own trauma.
She was. You have to think about, you know, of course, the trauma for me was horrible when Lucia passed, but here's my mom. I mean, it was snowing, and I lived in Coquitlam, she lived out, and close to Langley. And that night, the snow was so bad, you aren't driving, but she figured it out and got to me as soon as she could, and spent the evening with us. And, you know, I look back and I look at her and I think, here she is.
Grandma.
She tragically lost her 4th grandchild. And then she has to look at me, her daughter, and somehow help me through this.
Your mom was a saint.
She was awesome, and I just, I couldn't believe that happened, of course. But we were so overwhelmed with my dad and caring for him that I think my sister, I have 2 beautiful sisters who have always been there, of course. We're very close, and, you know, I'm so thankful that I had them, you know, with the situation with my mom, because you just lean on each other during that time.
So you have family.
Yeah.
You have, you know, maybe even that support group is for those who don't have anyone. You had your family.
I had my family.
And
friends that, you know, you don't know your friends until situations happen, and then all of a sudden people are coming out of the woodwork.
There.
Exactly.
And this is just another added piece piece to Rosanna's strength in that this ironic situation of her losing her mom in December, similar to her daughter, everything that we do is in the end within you.
Yeah,
It's within you.
it is.
You waited for your mom many times to get you through things, and then,
Yeah, I miss her.
yeah,
But she's, you know, she is with Lucia, and I will join them one day when it's my turn.
and that's where a spiritual aspect comes
Yes.
into play. It's an
Yes,
important
and-
aspect.
Well, it is for me. I mean, not
Absolutely.
everybody, of
Well,
course.
in any sense of what that means,
Yeah. it's-
connect to something, your
Mhm.
soul within you. Rosanna, you can finish with your suggestion or your thoughts to a new griever.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
you messaged me about that.
Absolutely. First of all, I always think of a quote that I read when it was fairly new into, you know, after the accident that I came across, and I just really resonated with it. How does it go now? I have to think.
From Harley?
Yeah. Thank you.
You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice.
Is your only choice. And it's very true. We don't know. I mean, when I meet people and they know my situation, you know, I often hear, "Oh, I can't imagine," and of course not. You never want to. You don't want to. We don't imagine this type of thing. We don't go there as parents. This isn't going to happen because that's not the order of things. But when it does, you have that inner strength. It's there, and you just don't know it until you need it. And that definitely was the case for me. So for a new griever, it's really heavy. Initially, I wanted to know what it was like, and I don't know why I thought 7 years down the road, 7 years, I need to know, am I going to feel this still? Because I can't do it. But that heaviness does get lighter. It does. You need to move forward, look grief, look it right in the face, and feel all the feelings, no matter how hard it is, and find the strength to live for something. You know, whether you have other children, whether you have for yourself, first and foremost, of course, because it's not going to be this bad all the time. You get used to it, you manage it, and then it's there with you, but you can still live and move forward for everyone around you that loves you.
Kind of just like in your pocket, you hold it there.
You do, yeah. So
Thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate being part of your platform.
are-
So
Yeah.
thank you for giving me this opportunity. I have wanted to share this.
Yes, she has. She's
So-
wanted to share for a long time, and I don't know, I guess now was the right timing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and
This
like
time
you
of the
said
year
at
is
the
hard.
beginning of our
It's
chat,
overwhelming.
December's not easy for everyone. So thank you everyone for joining us and having the privilege to meet my beautiful friend, Rosanna.
Thank you.
And have a beautiful holiday season and Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes, and I'll see you in the new year. Rosanna has another job beyond this situation. She works,
Unfortunately.
but it pertains to Pilates. We won't tell them what it is yet. though.
Okay.
So you'll see Rosanna in a different light.
Okay.
Lucia means light,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, she is my light.
And we're wearing light today for Lucia.
Half light.
Just think light, everyone.
Think light. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you too.